Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, man. We tapped in, y'all. And yeah, we chilling in the car today, man. I had an appointment to make, but guess what? They was closed after the holidays. So I thought I would bring y'all some content, you dig? And man, you know, it's crazy because this TD Jakes thing, man, it's getting wild. You know, it's getting wild with TD Jakes, man. You know, you got his son-in-law, man, just steady dropping accusations, saying that he slept with him at the church, even passed him around to other people in the church, man. You know, and I guess this is just the way that the channel's going, people. You know, so you got to be real careful of false prophets and people saying that they want to pray for you and that they had their best interests at hand and all that good stuff, because really people like TD Jakes is really trying to put their hands on you in a certain type of way, if you dig what I'm saying. But you know, he really trying to put his hands on you in a certain type of way. You know, I guess just like Eddie Longstroke was putting his hands on TD Jakes. But you know what's crazy about this, before I get into this video that I'm gonna show you, is that TD Jakes is a law-abiding citizen who's never been in trouble. He's never been in trouble before, people, ever. And when this lawsuit was brought against him by his ex-son-in-law and about 25 other men from the church, he retracted his lawsuit, meaning he took it away. Now, why would you do that, TD Jakes, knowing that basically because some of these men are in prison right now, just like your ex-son-in-law serving time for SAing a minor and saying that he got the behavior from you. And other men are saying that as well. But why would you take your lawsuit back and pretty much saying that, you know, you would win your lawsuit? Like their character, when their character comes into question in the courtroom, because you have never been in trouble, TD Jakes, the court is really going to rule on your side, because these are, you know, felons and people who have been convicted of crimes, and you haven't. But, you know, let's see what somebody else had to say. Let's go.
It's rated R. What's going on, y'all? It's Wednesday. I hope everybody is feeling good. So let's go ahead and slide on this video. So I want to discuss TD Jakes yet again because his ex-son-in-law, Richard Brandon Coleman, is coming out with some wild allegations. And I'm hearing behind the scenes that he's saying that TD Jakes SA'd him and that he slept with TD Jakes several times. Now, of course, these accusations are alleged. I cannot confirm or deny that these events took place because I wasn't there. But still, these are some bombshell accusations that are coming from TD Jakes' ex-son-in-law, who is doing time, by the way, in a Texas prison for aggravated SA of a CHILD and indecency with a CHILD. Now, does these accusations that Richard has brought forth against TD make his story less credible because of what he's serving time for, or are the two men just two peas in a pod? Because we know that one monster is capable of creating many monsters. Now, it's important to note that Cora Jakes announced her divorce from Richard back in January of 2022, and she did it right before the crimes that her husband committed against those youngins became public. Now, another thing that I'm hearing from a reputable pastor within the Texas area, I'm not going to say specifically what city because it'll give it away, is that Richard adamantly stated that TD Jakes lavished him with gifts and paid him handsomely to keep their intimate relationship under wraps. He also stated allegedly that him and TD Jakes had these intimate encounters in different cities when they were on the road. He also alleges that TD Jakes and him did something at the church or whatever. Now, I'm not sure if it was the Potter's house. I'm not going to sit here and lie for shock value because that wasn't mentioned. It was just communicated to me that something transpired on an intimate level at a church. And lastly, it was also communicated that Richard said that he was passed around to multiple men and that he's done multiple intimate favors for men in the presence of Jakes. Now, this is all alleged information. I just want to remind you. But anyway, what I want to do right here is just play you this clip of this particular individual talking about this situation, and then I'll be back.
Baby, new allegations just dropped on Bishop TD Jakes, and this time it's coming from inside the family. Let's break it all down clearly because there's a lot of noise going on. And we really need to know the actual tea, so let's get into it. Now, Richard Brandon Coleman, who was married to T.D. Jake's daughter, Cora, I don't know if y'all remember that with the whole scandal with the daughter and all that they adopted, okay, is now alleging that T.D. Jakes actually abused him. Now, these claims just came out publicly through his attorney. Now, this isn't the first time Jakes has been accused of stuff like this. Over the past year, several men have came out with similar claims, and Jakes has consistently forcefully denied them. He's actually filed defamation lawsuits against some of these accusers, and just recently a federal judge actually sanctioned one of their lawyers for misconduct in court. Now that shows you that these cases are legally very messy. So where are we right now? These are just civil allegations right now. They're not criminal charges. They're not convictions. Coleman says he was abused and T.D. Jakes is denying it. And the courts are where it's going to get tested. Now, the key things to really watch for is, does Coleman file a sworn civil complaint with specific dates and times and details, right? Will evidence like messages or travel logs surface? And how does Jake's lawyer respond to these allegations? Is he going to be as aggressive in the court as the earlier claims? Those are the things to really watch for. This is serious, but we have to keep it clear. These are allegations only at this point. T.D. Jakes is denying them, and the legal process is where it's going to be ongoing. What's undeniable is there is a shaking in the church, okay? Especially in the T.D. Jakes World Church, okay? Because these are big claims, and they're tied to one of the most powerful pastors in America. Drop your thoughts down below, because y'all, stay tuned, stay seated, and stay ready, because these accusations are getting messy.
Now, I'm hearing that T.D. Jakes is an emotional wreck behind the scenes and that he's requested to speak with his ex-son-in-law at the prison and things of that nature. They're trying to set up some type of meeting to see what's going on. It's important to note that Richard's lawyer is Tyrone Blackburn, and I say that because I want to be clear here. Tyrone has had a shady past as a lawyer, but the fact that I've talked to a very reputable pastor within the Texas area, I'm thinking that where there is smoke, there is fire. But who am I to convict the bishop in the court of public opinion, right? It could be all just hoopla. I'm pretty sure that Richard may feel some type of way about how him and Cora ended, and there may be some information that he has on Cora. Maybe he's ready to tell it all. He's been sitting in the prison since 2022, and maybe he's just like, yo, he's at his wit's end. So we'll just see what happens with all of this. I would just say stay tuned, because there's more to come. But anyway, I'm gonna let this slide right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down.
But yeah, guys, as I said, man, you know, T.D. Jakes is, man, he's going to be in a whole lot of trouble, y'all. And this means trouble for the black church. I mean, let's face it, they already looking at us like we sideways. And, I mean, he's not the only one. You know, I have a lot more videos that people are sending me that I will be making content on, and we're not trying to down our people, and it's not about being black or white, but it does make our church look bad. I mean, let's face it, it's going on in the Catholic Church. It's been going on in the Catholic Church. Let's not get it twisted, you know. But as soon as I get some footage about that, hey, we'll be talking about that too. But you know, a lot of this is tied into T.D. Jakes, Eddie Long, Diddy, and all this stuff. And as you see, man, these guys is losing weight by the day. And once again, before I get up out of here, you know, just, hey, if you don't believe me, take a poll of 100 men. A man is not going to be accusing another man of doing something if it wasn't really done to them, you know, because of the embarrassment. And why would T.D. Jakes even want to go visit his ex-son-in-law in prison? I'll tell you why. Because he wants to hush him up and give him some hush money so he can stop making these accusations so they can have a one-on-one visit. That's the only reason that you will want to visit your accuser in private while they're in prison. Why would you go through all the fuss of getting on someone's visitors list, visiting hours to go travel to go see them, and they're accusing you all this stuff? The last thing I would want to do is be around somebody like that by myself. But what do I know, man? I'm just Coach One Stack, man. I like y'all to use your own head. But hey, man, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and make sure you share this video. Because, hey, guys, they have some videos that they trying to take down for me. They don't want me to speak my mind. They don't like me leaving raw content for y'all. They don't like it. They've been in my inbox. They don't like me leaving raw content for y'all. But as much as y'all like the videos, I'm going to keep dropping raw content and staying within the guidelines so they don't mess with my channel. Other than that, man, y'all stay blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you never get finessed and get plenty of rest like I should be. And I wouldn't have these bags up under my eyes. Other than that, man, y'all have a blessed day.